Hello, everyone. If Thank you for coming to the channel today. This is J Hustle 2K Gaming. Thank you for coming out. If you just had a little time to view the channel, just wanted to start getting everything up and running. This has been a little bit of a learning process, different from the other channel that I have, but this is pretty good. Especially wanted to start get back into gaming, and been doing this. Growing up, you did gaming a lot, and then I got out of a little bit, and probably maybe the last, let's say, 6, 7 months, wanted to get back into gaming, especially with the devices that are out, like the Xbox S and the Xbox X. This was a good time to get back into gaming and see what games is out there, and what has changed, what has stayed the same, and things like that. So thank you for who's come out to watch today. Uh, Big ups to a great team that I'm part of, DST. If you haven't heard about us, look us up, um, the Dream Stream team. And we look at a lot of different ways to stream content, whether you're using stuff like the major ones like Hulu or whatever. We just look into devices that you can use and different ways you can save money that way. But this right here is like a been like a pet project of mine. Just wanted to do something a little different. And what's up, TRW? Thank you for coming in, Chief. Good to see you. And just to see what the streaming world is about towards gaming. And I was, as we in DST like to say, you always have to do your research. Um, just a quick question, TRW, bro. Oh, okay, LJ, no problem. Just a quick question. I just wanted to make sure if things is running okay. If you're listening, or if you're already in the chat, if you can put a one in the chat just to let me know if you can hear me. If not, I'll change up a couple of things here real quick. Um, but again, I just wanted to see what the gaming world was about now. Being a little older, playing it as a kid, you see different things going on and stuff like that. And I was saying before, thank you TRW, that I was doing research and just looking at the different streams on YouTube. You got Twitch. If you're into Twitch, the different streams that they do. I've even seen different people on Instagram, or who have all the platforms where they can stream on different platforms at any given time. One of the big platforms I see a lot of people are on Facebook. Um, they've taken the time to set up gaming channels on Facebook, and that seems like that is really taken over. And to give the props to people that have stepped out and doing it on Facebook, especially to the ladies. I mean, I've sat and watched a couple ladies that they play all the war games that are out, Call of Duties, the Battlefields, the car racing games like what is it, Forza 5? I'm not think I pronounced that wrong. But they are really getting it, and they've set up their pages really nice where they have a nice lot of followers, decent amount of followers, and they do it every day, a couple times a week. I know one of the guys that I follow is about to do a 24-hour stream on gaming on Friday. And he's done it once before, but he actually fell asleep. I think about, I think he was 13 hours into it. And I kept checking back and forth, and he went to sleep. So he said he wanted to try it again to bring in new followers. He has a good following, but he went to sleep on the first one. So this is going to be his second attempt to do a 24-hour live stream gaming. So that'll be interesting to see. But other than that, give big props to all the people that are out there doing their thing in the gaming world, because it's been up and coming. You've got situations where colleges, not all, but some colleges actually are paying full tuitions for you to come to their school and be on a gaming team. All right, I've watched that on several different outlets, and how they get nice amount of scholarship money to help them pay for school just to be on a gaming team. And I think it goes beyond gaming, because if when you do gaming, you go into different type of electronics, artwork, visual effects, everything. So I believe this something good for young people, not just a game, but it gives you so many outlets to do. So that's a good thing, because it's inspirational to me to see people doing that and doing anything with that. One of the games that I've been playing, if you all had a chance to spend about a couple weeks, um, AJ and myself did the DST Invitational through golf. It was a 2K Golf 22, and hats off to LJ because he whooped my butt. So I'm gonna have to do a whole lot of practicing to get back up where I thought I was at. Big ups to LJ. Um, so one thing that we're trying to do is that even though the summertime's coming, a lot of people are going to be out. You got some restrictions on COVID being lifted, and even if the restrictions are being lifted, I would just say everybody, please be safe, wear your mask, be that 1% that wear your mask everywhere, because we still don't know where this is going to go. But saying that, what we want to do is, we can't do it all, maybe every day of the week, but maybe once a week, or if people have time on the weekend, we want to use this platform to say, hey, let's come in and play some games. Let's have some fun. Maybe do some tournaments, do some smack talking. We might even do some giveaways. So we just want, if you can, participate so we can have fun. So like I said, one of the first ones we did was the golf game, and that was fun. LJ went back and replayed that. And he said in the replay, it looked like I was hitting balls towards him when he was trying to golf. So that was funny. So if y'all haven't seen that stream, go back and check it out. But today, the game I'm gonna look over is the new 2K. I'm sorry, the W2K22. It's the wrestling game by the WWE, or however you want to say it. It comes on Monday, Tuesdays, Fridays. They got their pay-per-views every other month. And this game I've been waiting, because I even had pre-ordered it. And when I told LJ about it, LJ was like, "You did what? You did what?" And I'm not going to say how much it was, but I went and got the NWO version. NWO is probably one of my favorite factions in watching wrestling. So when he was like, "You did what?" and just to do what? Yeah, I had to get it early, ordered it early, been playing it, trying to get used to it. So what I just want to do today is just maybe go over a quick view of it. If you haven't checked it out, this is available on majority of your platforms. I'm playing it on the Xbox S. I know it's available on the X, your PlayStation platforms, and I believe, I might be wrong, I think it's also available on PC. But this game has been blowing up, and we just want to take a quick look at it. Maybe here soon we can set up some tournaments. If people have the game, they can come and we can play each other, whatever. Also want to give a shout out if you have like the Xbox platform, and if you are able to get the Xbox app, which is already, you can put it on the old platforms or it's already on the X and the S. We have our DST page on there, which is DST for life. You can join that platform. We can all communicate like we do on Facebook. We can set up different tournaments and stuff like that. And one thing about it, I've made a lot of friends on the Xbox app. So all the time you can log in and play what you want to play and see who's on there with you or who's been on there before you. You can send them messages and communicate that way. And you can also invite them to the game that you're playing, or set up something that they're playing. So a little later on, I'll put in the chat for our group on Xbox. If you'd like to join that, that's no problem. We just want to have fun. TRW said, "Do you need the game and someone else have it?" What I've run into, I believe you also need the game on your end, on your platform. Uh, that way, it makes it easier to connect. Because a lot of times, well, the main way to connect with people in the game is you have to send them an invite. So let's say TRW, there's a game that me and you want to play. Um, you want to have that game on your platform as well. That way, if I send you an invite, the invite will show up. Um, it'll come across your screen that Jay Hustle has sent you an invite to this particular game. And you can check your notifications. And once you click on the notification that is sent, it'll help you join the game that we want to play together. And that's where you can look for your friends or family who have the Xbox S or S or the older versions of the Xbox, where you can communicate and play each other on different games. Now, one thing we did do, myself, uh, LJ, Dale, and Real, um, we tried it out first, and we were trying to see if it works on the NVIDIA Shield. NVIDIA Shield, I'll say it works, but it doesn't work with all the different games that are out there. The NVIDIA Shield, there is a real delay in it. So it's possible to play on there, but it's just keep in mind there is a big delay. So if at all possible, if you have one of the consoles or are able to play on the PC, that might be the best way to go, just so that you don't see a delay like you would in the NVIDIA Shield. Not saying not to use the NVIDIA Shield, just keep in mind that there is a little bit of delay in that. Um, so what I had to do first, I'm gonna go ahead and bring the screen on. Uh, just trying to avoid like a copyright. I'm not sure how much of that I'm going to avoid, but I did turn down the volume on the music play. And I also learned like when you do gamings, especially through Facebook, you can actually use what is it, copyrighted music that you can use that you're not getting a copyright for. I might have said it wrong. Copyrighted music that you're able to use. You got different tunes, jazz, different genres that you can use. So that's I see that's one way people on Facebook are getting around getting copyrights. Or if you're familiar with like, you can take a song and have it play slowly, like it sounds like it's dragging, or play it real fast. And I see that's how other people are getting around copyrights when they play the type of music they want to play, whether it be hip hop, R&B, country music, jazz. So they either play it fast or they play it slow. And I had to get used to that because there's one streamer that I saw was playing all her music slow. I'm like, well, why are you doing that? So I asked her one day. She said that's a way that where they don't get hit for like copyright, especially on Facebook. So there's a lot of things to learn in the streaming in the gaming world, especially you want to if you actually want to stream it, become a content creator doing it that way. Yes, there is a delay. Yep, you sure are right, TRW. Yep. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna bring over my other screen, and we can take a look at W2K22 and see what y'all think of it. Give me 1 second here. All right, so if you're familiar with the actually wrestling platforms that come on TV, it comes on the entrance just like you see it on TV. It comes in that way. I just went ahead and not did that version. Let it play from the beginning. I just started where the actual game would start. So let me see here if I can do it this way. So I'm gonna keep the music off until I actually show a match. So in here, you have the actual where you can just go in to jump in and play. You have Mysterio, and Mysterio, he's the front on the front cover of the game. And there's also a couple other covers. NWO is on a cover, and Rey Mysterio is on the other two covers. So here you can go here. I'll look at that and set up so y'all can watch that. In the showcase, you have different things you can open up. Say for example, he does like a talking view, explain how he got into wrestling, and then from there it goes into different options that you can do to earn points just by using him as a character. The universe. Let me see. Hold on. Let me turn my controller on. Okay. So we go over here to universe, and basically what universe is. See, I turned the sound down, so I didn't want to get anything wrong with that. So in universe, you can actually create your own show as to what wrestlers you want in the show. You have the NXT, you have SmackDown, you have Raw. And let's say, for example, if I click on tonight's show, because I was just messing with it. So tonight's show, the first match is these two wrestlers here, Kevin Owens and Keith Lee. So basically, they have a very long list of wrestlers. I believe it's over, what was it? Over 100 wrestlers that they have. And starting in, this is March, April, May through June. The next 3 months, they'll be releasing additional wrestlers to join the roster that you already have. Let me go back just a little bit. The difference between like the different options that you can use to order the game, if you just order the regular 2K Rey Mysterio, once you do that, you probably have to go in and do so many options to open up different characters. The reason I've got the NWO is because one, that was my favorite faction in wrestling, and two, all the characters are already open. So that's why I can go in here, and when I create a match here in a little bit to let y'all see wrestlers, and I'll just go through the wrestlers that they have, but you can also see a list that they have as well. So the universe, you can create a show. They have different news. You can look at the rosters. You can simulate matches. That's the universe portion there. And I just want to just go that part. I'm not going to go to a different giving stuff away. The section here, My Rise. This section here, you can actually go in and create your own wrestler. I've been trying to do that, trying to create one of my own that give you different options to do it in. I've seen it where you can come close to where you can get your wrestler to look like you. So there's also different formats of this where it's just a storyline where you're coming into wrestling and you're meet and greeted as your journey starts. So that's one thing I noticed there that was pretty good there. So there's a pretty good storyline here with it. All right, let me get out of this here real quick. Oh, didn't want to do that. Sorry, y'all. Hold on, I think I'm going to have to let this play through for a second. So as you can see, as it goes through, I didn't turn the volume up, but it is a little bit of a storyline behind it to start your career in wrestling. I just want to get out of this mode here. I don't want to start this over, but I think I may have to. Give me 1 second. So I'm going to take this down for a second while I restart this. it again. And I know you can probably see it in the back of me, but give me 1 second. All right, now here we go. Go down here and quit this portion. Now we can go ahead and start it over again. There we go. All right, so I know you can see probably just a little bit in back of me, but I believe that's going to be all right. The TRW, what system do you have? So just as you can see a little back of me, it comes on just like the regular TV shows. So this is and when we put the characters in a match, you'll see how realistic it looks. For a minute, when I did it the very first time, I turned it on and put the characters on that I wanted to play with to actually do the matches with. They got to do the entrances, and I almost forgot that I'm watching a video game. So give me 1 second while I load up. All right, now we can go back to that. Okay, so also you have in here a faction. Faction is basically you go in and create your own team as they move through the ins and outs of the WWE, fighting each other, building their careers off each other and stuff like that. It's almost like a gaming card. I don't want to show too much of it and they come back and say, oh, you did this, this, and that. Then you also have where you become a general manager. So you can be a general manager of any of the series they have, from NXT to Raw, Monday night, their Monday night show, which was Raw, SmackDown, and they have all the different GMs. So you can choose who you want to be, and then you're in control of the show and give out contracts, fire people, all that kind of thing. The main one, oh, you have the Xbox S? Okay. If TRW, I was saying earlier, I'm gonna put in the chat, or I might even show it on here to make it easier. Our page on, wait a minute, TRW, you're already in there, I believe. Well, I think TRW is in there already, I believe. I think he is. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna create a match. Now I believe I can go ahead and put the volume back on. That way you can listen. Listen to their intros or whatever you want to call it. Okay. So you have, just like it's in regular wrestling, you have the 1-on-1, 2-on-2, your fatal 4-way, your 6-man, your handicap, your tournament. You also can, this is very helpful too. The very first one of the things you may want to do is do the tutorial, because the tutorial helps you learn all the different moves. So like normal people, I just went in and jumped in and started playing. And I'm like, why am I getting my butt whooped? I said, so let me go back and watch the tutorial. So the tutorial really helps. You have your triple threat. You have your 5-man, your 8-man, your Royal Rumble, and you can do custom matches. So let's just say, for example, I do a 6-man match. Now you come into the rest of what you have. Your tornado tag, your elimination chamber, your ladder, your ladder triple tag, your Hell in a Cell, table tag, your TLC, TLC triple tag, table triple tag, Hell in a Cell, triple tag, Hell in a Cell itself, Battle Royal, triple threat tornado, and the tag team. So I'm gonna just go ahead and put. Let's say we just do a regular. Let's say a ladder match. Did I do that right? Yeah. So I chose 6 man. I'm gonna choose a ladder match, and here, where I'm gonna choose the characters. Let's just see. I'm gonna just run through the characters so y'all can see them real quick. I'm not gonna say everybody's name. We'll just do a quick run through of who's already on here. So the host of characters is. I was surprised they put some characters on. I was surprised who was left off. But like I said, between the months of April, April, March, April, May, June, April, May, June. That's when they're going to be adding like what is it, 5 to 6 characters to the roster for those 3 months. So they have everybody mixed in here with each other. NXT, um, current and old wrestlers. They have, especially the NWO with their different characters. They have them before they were the NWO. They have them after that. You can also do where you can um, change their character entrances, their clothes that they're wearing. But there's some other steps that you have to do do those type of things and do that. And so let's see. This is one character me and LJ always talk about. I know he went back to the other league because I don't think they knew what to do with his character on Monday Night Raw. I was glad that they put the Macho Man in here. Undertaker, they got the 4 different looks for the Undertaker. I was like, wow. So when I saw this roster, I'm like, okay, this is something really good. There's some characters I really wish they could add that they didn't talk about. They're adding in the next 3 months. So maybe to come about. Much love to this guy right here. Y'all know who that is? Do y'all know who that is? He's the bad guy. And just prayers out to his family and friends. He passed this week. Um, Razor Simone was what, the Intercontinental Championship so many times. I'm going to have to go back and do my research and see how many times he won that belt. I also believe he won the tag team belts quite a few times. Um, he, to me, was a very good wrestler, especially on his own. He was good. When he joined up with the NWO, that made that faction even better. So that was one of my favorite wrestlers as well. And you see, they have Rey Mysterio. Um, let's see, where's he at? Yeah, Rey Mysterio. They have his character a couple of different times here too. Of course, they got Ric Flair, so you had to have him. This is one of my other favorite characters. He's a cruiserweight, and I believe he's holding one of the belts right now. Can't forget The Rock. If y'all know The Rock story in wrestling, he has what is he, a third generation wrestler? I believe. So the arrange of characters, see, here we go right here. Razor Simone, I showed his first outfit. Here's the second one. Here's him with the NWO. Who remembers the demon when he actually dressed up as a demon before? He should bring that character back too. So like I said, the roster is pretty good. See, here's one of the Undertaker. There's a second Undertaker. There's a third one, and there's his fourth one. That part right there, LJ, and That is the one surprising thing that I don't understand why they didn't have Sting in here. If you can bring, let's say, Ric Flair and his faction over. No, they don't have Scott Steiner. That's another one. They're missing the Steiner brothers. Sting. There's quite a few that they're missing, and I didn't see their names in the ones to be added here in the next 3 months. So that was quite surprising. You can't if you can bring Ultimate Warrior in. Come on now, you know you had to bring the Stinger in here. So what I'm gonna do is go up here and choose 6 characters. I'm gonna put Titus in. You can also have them have weapons. So we'll do Titus. You can't. This is my dude right here, Booker T. We'll give him a weapon too. Let's see here. Do we want to put The Rock in here with this roster? Let's just see. We'll give him a table. Oh yeah, we got to put Big E in there. I'll give Big E a hammer. Well, okay, Bobby Leslie. I'll put Bobby Leslie in there. Let's see here. That is Shelton. How about we put the Giant in there with him? Andre. Now that's the thing too. Even Andre the Giant is one of the originals. If you want to take it back that far, even though he came after some people recognize the Giant. Oh, my bag, LJ, my bag. I did not see you. My bag. Hold on. What's up, LJ? Don't kill me. LJ. Well, I know he's there.
I'm here.
Put in Andre the Giant, or should we put somebody else in?
Hey, they didn't have Big Show?
LJ, I know you're there, but I just can't hear you.
That's on you, J Mac.
Let's see who else we can add here real quick. Farouk.
Can anyone else hear me?
All right. Let's see. Match options. You can change You can do match options if you want. Let's do. So I know it's going to be. Hold on a second. Let's just do like a quick 10-minute match. We'll just make it easier for a little bit.
Can't hear me. I'm trying to tell him it's on his end.
All right, so we're just gonna start the match. If y'all don't mind, I'm gonna let them do the entrances just to see how it really looks when I first see it, to see how y'all compare it to.
Tell him I'll be right back.
LJ, you can't hear me at all? I don't know why I can't hear LJ, because I didn't change anything when we was doing the little test before. No, I can't hear Shonuff. Can anybody hear Shonuff but me? Let's see. Hello? Hello? Okay, all right. I just like the look of it because it looks better than the last wrestling game wasn't bad, but the way they tweaked this one, the look is a whole lot better. What do you think so far, TRW? How it looked to you? Okay, so y'all can hear Shonuff. How come I can't hear him? TRW, can you hear the actual wrestling? Okay. I wonder why I can't hear LJ. Okay, all right. How's it look to you, LJ? It's like they did a pretty good job on the graphics and everything. That belt looks all realistic and everything too. That's true too, Biggs. That is true. Everybody going to. I don't like. It surprised me who left and just went to NXT and won that belt over there.
Yeah.
But a lot of them are going to what is that? LJ AEW. A lot
Yeah.
of them are going over there. As a matter of fact, you got Sting over there in AEW. You got it's Tupac, Tupac. Is he still over there?
I think the old man is still there.
And matter of fact, LJ was telling me the other night. We was talking. Um, can't think of their names right now. Two of the brothers. One of the brothers actually helped start AEW. is coming back to the WWE.
Yeah, there's a few that's making their way back. There's supposed to be a surprise at WrestleMania. I know y'all can hear me, but guess what? J Mac can't hear me. Watch this. Hey J Mac, you got pants on? Told you he can't hear me.
What's going to be amazing to me is this next actual pay-per-view is that the two champions that they do belt for belt. What's going to happen if both belts end up on one show?
That's a good question. I think it's going to boil down to some type of, if that happens,
As
then
another character they're going to be adding is Vader. They'll be
Yeah.
adding Vader too.
I think they're going to wind up, if that
But
happens,
they need
they have
to
one
add
champion, they're going to turn it around and
Sting,
have a ring.
the Steiner brothers. They even have Jake the Snake is there even in here.
Damn, they went way back. Do y'all know, is J Mac participating in this, or does anyone else have this game? Okay, I hear him. Yeah, he's participating. Thanks, Dildo.
Which oh, you got it on PS5, Biggs? How you like it?
Hey, Biggs, TRW. He'll be glad I love this brother. Because, man, we could roast him right now. He wouldn't even know. Where's the rest of the TF? Where's Bo? Dale ought to be coming. Where's Bo?
I said that's what I originally wanted the PS5, but I wasn't about to pay all that money for it.
He paid enough for this one. Dale just posted a video about Netflix cracking down on password sharing.
Okay, so Big said I was on my created character called up from SmackDown. after smashing NXT roster and becoming. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up, Biggs. Okay, Biggs. So since you have the PS5, which graphics look better to you, the PS5 graphics or the Xbox graphics? And the only reason I said it because a lot of people talk about the difference in the graphics, but if you are one of them die-hard gamers, you may not notice the difference. Y'all see Titus just either he stops or he moves around. That's because I was supposed to be playing as him, but I'm just sitting here watching the rest of the match. Hmm. Okay, 70-inch 4K TV, Samsung TV. I like the PS5 better. Okay. Now, the only thing I see right, he about to win the match. Well, now he's not going to win the match. But that's the part I like how it spins around and you got to go through these little different blocks with the circles, to, especially when the ladder match like that. So if you would put this on continuous, it would play for a long time. I only put it on like I think 10 minutes or so, because then they'll be wrestling all day and all night. Hmm. Hmm. Biggs, do you play on uh, Xbox, or are you strictly a PS guy? Hmm. This cracks me up. See, he's gonna throw him out the ring again. This so cracks me up.
Biggs, I bet he hasn't even gotten that far. Hey, Big, what
You
character
know
are
what?
you wrestling with?
Biggs, I didn't know there was a bleeding setting on here. I'm gonna have to take a deeper look at that.
Told you, Biggs. J Mac, the type of person that be on the game for one day and start calling out everybody. See if I can ask
Now,
him.
now you're gonna have me going into the settings, look at everything, Biggs. I did not know there was a bleeding setting on here. Okay, so Big said that his main fighters are Roman, The Rock, and now we're the Bloodline. Who am I, LJ? I'm supposed to be Titus O'Neil, but I'm just sitting back here watching it. Every now and then, like now, I get my licks in.
So we watching him sit on the sideline. That sound like J Mac. J Mac is one of them guys that have you in the club and he start doing all the talking and you the one wind up in a fight.
Hmm.
So I'm guessing J Mac is gonna wait until damn near the last man and then he's gonna jump in.
Now, if they all outside the ring, they should be getting the end with Farouk winning it. It should be. But watch it.
So J Mac is switching from character to character. Is that what's going on?
Yeah, he just broke. He just broke Big E. Here's the part that they have to get the little red dot inside of all the circles in order to win the match on this particular ladder match.
Whoa, Von Miller going to the Bills. Going to the Buffalo Bills. 6 years, $120 million. Take that money, Von. Take that money.
If he holds on, he'll win it.
32 years old, signed a 6-year contract. The Rams will not be repeating again.
He got it again. He got broke off though, Jay. OMG. Big E is smart. He'll climb that ladder and then just take the match.
And he waited for him to come. What's the meter that's showing on there, guys?
So Biggs, which title do you hold right now? 14 minutes, so this should be starting to run down and end here pretty soon. There it is. So this is just a quick look at the new 2K Wrestling for WD. So what y'all think so far? I know Big said he has it on PS5. So what do y'all think? This would be something good we could have different tournaments on and go for different belts. Of course, hopefully, well, I know Big said he got on PS5. I hope Big has the Xbox S. I like to play him on that as well. So we're gonna see what we can do. And I still do not know why I cannot hear LJ. Biggs, why did I know you were gonna say that? He said the people's champ who better to win.
That damn J Mac.
I don't know why I can't hear LJ, but that's okay. Because we were just talking in here a few minutes ago.
You can't.
So that's just a brief look at W2K22. Let me get out of here real quick.
That's a trip out of all the people. They got Ray on the front.
Now, one thing I do notice, like sometimes on the stream, there is a delay in some stuff that you're trying to do, especially when I'm trying to quit the game, because it'll come back later and tell me that I was still in it. So I know that's just because of the stream mode, the stream that I'm in. But if I go down here, this is our page on Xbox. So as you can see, it's Mortal DST for life. And if y'all would like to join on Xbox, just go ahead and go to Mortal DST for life. Or you can look for any of us like LJ. LJ is in here. Real is in here. Dale's in here. Bo is in here. This whole time I thought you all were talking about each other. Yeah, I didn't know why Ray is there. Talking about each other. What you mean, Biggs? That's the thing. Well, wait a minute. See, I can hear his sound moving, but I can't hear him talking. I don't know why. I can see his picture vibrating like when he's talking, but why can I hear him?
You guys can hear me, but he can't hear me.
Hold on a second. Wait a minute.
It's a J Mac setup.
There you go. Now, why can I? No, I know what it was, LJ.
Oh, really? It took you a whole hour to figure that out.
Because I got two TVs going.
I
got the sound coming from the TV from the Xbox,
Mm-hmm.
other Streamlabs, and then on the actual TV itself that I'm looking at on the monitor, I had the volume turned down a little bit, and I was one I could see you talking, but like I can't hear this cat.
Mm-hmm. Now we had a good talk about you. That's
Oh,
funny. You, the
oh,
host of the show, would have to go back to hear what I was. Boy, boy, boy.
so what you think of it so far?
No, no, Biggs. He didn't hear me. Biggs must have missed it when I said it earlier. I said I can. You guys can hear me,
Hmm.
but he can't hear me. Now, remind you, 5 minutes before he came on,
That
I
part.
was talking to him.
Yep.
I stepped away for a while and came back. But that's J Mac. That, hey man, the graphics and everything look good.
Hmm.
Yeah. I just can't believe the price. You know me, but man, you know me, man. When it comes to gaming and stuff, man, if it ain't free, it ain't me.
I hear you.
Don't get me wrong. I'm buying one here, there, something like that, but
Hmm.
you told me about it. I said, okay, well, let me go. And I went over and I seen the price. I was like, ooh, for that price, I need to get in shape and get in the ring. Hell, if Sting could get in there at 62, dude is 62 years old, man. Somebody write a script for me.
Right.
I'm going to be like Keith Lee.
Yeah.
I'm walking in there big like Keith Lee.
And with him, I don't think WWE knew what to do with his character. That's probably why he went back to NXT.
Dude, the dude is 62 years old.
Hmm.
You know, I think, like, but Steiner and some of them guys, they got to be like in their late 50s, 59.
Scott
But I
Hall
didn't.
was Scott Hall was in his 60s.
But I just couldn't believe that what you call him, that Sting was 62. But then
Yeah.
he wears the makeup too, except for a few B-rated movies I had seen him in. I had
Hmm.
seen him that often. But I realized I seen his age. I was like, 62, okay.
Yeah. So that
But
means what are you gonna say?
I was reading what Big said. Yeah, Big said 120 too much, but I paid for it for NWA except Hulk Hogan. I didn't like him. I hear you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Eventually, Biggs, I will buy it. But man, look, you know, I mess around here with Dale
Hmm.
and J Mac, and man, them dudes will have you broke. I can tell you how many times I had my credit card taken from me. Dale was saying, I'm sitting here, J Man,
Hmm.
I'm looking over, and I realize how many devices I have, and I haven't even opened the boxes.
Hmm.
I forgot some of the stuff that I had, the Buzz TVs.
Hmm.
You know, don't talk about the on boxes. The TiVos, I got TiVos I've never even opened.
Right.
And I'm looking at 7 other boxes, other different devices. I got a mini PC that I remember opened it, hooked it up to the projector, put it back in the box, and has not taken it out.
Mm-mm-mm-mm. That's like I ain't gonna say the name of it, but I'll say it like this. I want to get out of here. Um,
Hey, bro, why don't you just hold the button down on the remote and just close and turn off the console? You've been having that all this time, and you fighting with that. Hold the Xbox button on the remote. Hold it down, and it's gonna come up and show you the screen, and
right.
then just say, turn off the console, and that
That's
turns
what
off.
I was getting ready to do that, but I wanted to show some other games that I had on here. But I think it's all with the stream why it's doing that. Because without the stream, it'll flow right through like normal.
It does.
Hmm.
Okay.
That's just because we're on the stream. I think it's
Hey,
doing
when
that.
you're doing cloud gaming, do you ever get like a disconnect or a buffer?
No, not at all. Matter of fact, I was cloud gaming last night. It came right through. I played what I wanted to play, and then just like you do in your normal games, you hit the Xbox button,
Mhm.
and you go right out of it. And you can go down and hit quit game. It does it just like you had the game already on your console.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what game it was, but I was doing the game and it it had a buffer in it, and I knew it was from the streaming.
Hmm. Now, see, these are some of the games that I have, and it's funny because if you get started on one game, you play it for so long, like the Golf 2K21. I got on there and hadn't played that for a straight month and didn't play nothing else.
I love my golf game. I've played a few other games, but I love my golf game.
Hmm.
But then with my vertigo acting up real bad and stuff, trying to get that back and that's funny, man, because not doing the martial arts for a while and everything, it's like I'm completely off now.
Hmm.
When I'm playing some of those virtual games like the shooting games and stuff, and
Right.
they're jumping and things after that, after about, I'll say about less than an hour, man. Within an hour,
Hmm.
I get a real bad headache. I get nauseated, and doctor says it's my vertigo,
Mm.
which I've always suffered from. But when I was training and doing a lot, it's just that it became natural. I can deal with it,
Right. Right.
man. I mean, even when I'm hitting the golf ball, when I hit the ball,
You see it then too.
I look up at the ball. If I
Uh,
follow that ball until it hits, I get dizzy. So I just have to, do my shot, measure my shots and everything, pick my club, hit the ball, and then just wait.
hmm.
I can like glance at it, but if I follow that ball when like the camera is following it until it hits the ground, it makes me sick of the stomach.
Right.
That's how bad it is.
Now, see, you explaining that. Like, if I go, let's just say, like, all right, so let's say that Star Wars Battlefront 2. I know Need for Speed does it. Any of these high graphic games like Mortal Kombat, there's a whole bunch of them that do it. When you click on the game, you'll get a message that comes across that talks about if the resolution is too high or the something about the colors and the scheme that move too fast, it can cause
Hmm.
this and that. And it surprised me that even people want stuff at high resolution, people are still willing to look at that, even though it gives you the message. Basically, look at your own risk. You know.
No, I was, just, and I was asking this, if I start the training, start the, spinning and go back to, kicking and trying to spin and do a lot of things, if it
Mhm.
would calm down because I've been had it for years.
Right.
I'm
Right.
diagnosed with a long time ago, but it never really bothered me, you know.
Mhm.
But man, now if I run up the stairs and go upstairs and stand on the balcony and just look over real quick, look down real quick,
Mhm.
I have to back up. Have to
Mhm.
back up. It just makes you like you've eaten something and your head spin and it makes you feel like you've eaten something that doesn't agree with you.
Right. Right.
It's just a funny feeling. That's just
Mhm. Right. That's the word. One of the words that Biggs used rapidly. Yeah. That rapidness will mess some people up.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, mine hadn't gotten so bad. I'm taking my meds for it now, but mine was so bad that if I turn my head real quick, I get a tick of it.
Hmm. Now look, before we say anything else, does anybody see Bo in here? Because I know Bo's gonna be like, I said hi to y'all. No, you didn't.
No, I didn't see him. I didn't see him. I definitely didn't see him. But J Mac, what you think
Mhm.
is that?
You know where he's at. He doing what Biggs has said, except he's under the bed.
Yeah, Biggs, lying down with it is, man.
Yep.
That's like lying down with it is like one of the worst hangovers you can have.
Hmm.
You feel like the way you feel is that you feel like maybe if you lay down, everything will stop spinning. And oh, but man,
Right.
if you lay down, dude, and I mean, it looks like with me, it just messes with everything. It makes me nervous. You know, I get sick.
Mm-hmm.
Then I get pissed that you try closing your eyes, and that seems to make it worse. It's just like maybe you just lay in a corner or just stand somewhere and try to stay still and just hopefully,
Right.
slowly but surely it goes away.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. Man, I see Von Miller signed 120 million 6-year deal. He then left the Rams. He went to Buffalo. Buffalo defense is going to be stacked.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
120 mil.
Now, the movie that you had us put in Plex the other day about the lineman,
Yeah. Trent Williams.
and he's the highest paid lineman in the league.
Well, that was one of the things with people were saying, well, why you don't have your own doctors? Why you have to understand that
Mm-hmm.
the NFL is a job.
Right.
When you sign your contract and things like that, and another thing about it with the NFL, when you sign your contract and then you messing with the team doctors,
Mm-hmm.
there's no such thing as a malpractice suit because that's worded in your contract.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like, oh well, man, he could have just went to another doctor and that would have been, no, it doesn't work like that.
Mm-hmm.
But that is one of the reasons why you see when a guy get injured and you hear him say they're gonna get another opinion, dude. It's not that easy
Right.
to go and get you. It sounds like that, but when your money and thing is tied up in those contracts, it's not all that easy to just say I'm going to get a second opinion, because your second opinion can be disputed amongst them. Well, J Mac, you know what I just went through
Mm-hmm.
a few months ago. So that's what people not understanding. You understand that it's a job,
Right.
and that's their insurance.
Mm-hmm.
They're supposed to be to have some of the best doctors, but it's just like you being on the job and you have a certain insurance and you got everybody within that plan. If you're in the NFL, you have these doctors that's in it. And when you come into team doctors and stuff, it is one of the reasons why you see veterans not going to camp early to those voluntary workouts,
Mm-hmm.
because it's better to hire their crew and do their workouts in the off season and coming into the and coming into workout instead of going into voluntary. Because if you go into voluntary, them guys just you're not really getting a workout. Them guys
Right.
just they're stretching you out, doing all this everything. Because guess what? They say they're looking after your health, but they're trying to make sure that you don't get injured while they're training you.
Mm-hmm.
So they're not gonna really put you through a real hard workout. That's why you see some of them guys go to voluntary, and then even doing training camp, some of the guys not in condition. Well, he went in, he did that, man. They're not doing all that in voluntary. Trust me. Them
Mm-hmm.
guys are not trying to put you through that hard workout. And that is the reasons why you see a lot of guys with their outside on trainers, you know,
Right.
especially veterans. You see veterans, you rarely see veterans just flocking in for voluntary workouts.
Mm-hmm.
Now, they gotten to the point now where that certain veterans, they are paying you to come to voluntary workouts,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But if you want to get in condition, get your own people, then when those voluntaries is going on, you already be training.
Right. And that's what it do crack me up. I'm not going to give if people haven't seen it. I'm going to let LJ give the name of the movie or the documentary rather, but I'm not going to say the teams. But it's funny how he said the team that he came from to the team that he is with now, but the situation with the doctors and the way they take care of you is totally different. You would think that the care of the players from management up, management down for all the teams would be almost the same,
But
but he explained it's totally different.
the thing is that you're in the middle where that, okay, do I look into this even more with J Mac, or do we just look at it and on the outside we just say, oh no, it's nothing,
Hmm.
you know? If I do put you through that, then it's gonna take time off the field.
Right.
And if I do something that's really gonna take time off the field, especially if I think it's not life threatening, if I
Hmm.
take time off the field, then they're gonna get on me. So
Right.
me as that trainer and thing is my job is to get you back on the field as quick as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my thing about it, man. People talk about players, especially football players, the money that they make. Man, that's not no money. Number one, you got to stop and think about where they're playing ball at. So you got to think about taxes. Understand that when they go from city to city, that paycheck they get is not a steady paycheck.
Mm-hmm.
There's a difference for playing in Miami. You can look at your schedule and you see who you play, and what you start doing is you start saying, okay, well, if I go here, that's 8%. If I got a game to go, I got to play in California, they're going to take so much out of my check. So when you're going from state to state, your check is going to get docked by their taxes.
Right.
So that going on, life and things like that. Money ain't, people, they see the contract, you see 6 years. We look at Von Miller, 6 years, $120 million. It's not going to see 120 million.
Yeah, right.
If he's there for 5, by the time he hits that 5th year, they're going to be looking at him. He's going to be a salary cap, person.
Mm-hmm.
It looks good on paper, but when
Right.
you really see how it's broken down and you think about taxes and things, where you at, first you're going to be paying taxes wherever you're playing at, and then the tax is going to change depending on where you go play each game.
Mm-hmm.
You understand? There's a lot of things that's in there, and you think about these guys are out there. By the time they're 30 and 40 years old, man, by the time they're in their mid 30s, the ones that are actually out there hitting and grinding, hey man, they're beat to hell.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
How you tell a 35-year-old guy that he's 100% disabled
Right.
to do a civilian job,
Mm-hmm.
and he don't have that money. Yeah, they have retirement, but that's all about what you putting back into it too.
That's true. That's very true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but the name of the documentary is called Silverback, because that's what he nicknamed himself. He's got a big silver tattooed on his back.
Right.
But the name of it is Silverback, the Trent Williams story.
Mm-hmm.
And a sports fan, that's something you should see.
Right.
That's a story you should see.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. And I don't know. And what I'm attempt to do is, and I'm trying to work it out now where I can do that. At least come on once a week, maybe to review a couple games, and then maybe let's say once a week, maybe to review a couple games, and maybe towards the end of the week, like sometime on the weekend, if people are available, to do like we did last time, like a golf tournament, or pick one of these other games that we like playing and play them out like a tournament style. So there's some things I'm working on in the background, and hopefully, when people they can come in and join and just go from there. I can hear Dale talking smack, but he's still giving excuses why he won't show up.
I'm gonna leave that
Both,
alone.
both gonna be like, well, I gotta work or I gotta be under the bed, so I'm waiting on all these excuses.
And anyone out there that's basketball fans and know basketball players, I don't know on YouTube, but there's 2 good podcasts that be on. One is called The Pivot, and the
Mm-hmm.
other one is I Am Athlete with Brandon Marshall. But man, if you get a chance, look at The Pivot podcast from the other day with Michael Beasley.
Mm-hmm.
Boy, they played in the NBA, and listen to that dude, man. I mean, man, that's a story, and to see this brother, and you can see the hurt that that's in his eyes when he's talking.
Right.
It's definitely, anybody looks at it. I I challenge you to tell me that if you don't look at this, that you don't have tears in your eyes when you see this brother. There's just so many people out there that we think are doing so great, and we think about the money, but money don't buy you happiness. Money can't, money's not everything, man. Something for some people, money is a killer.
Yeah.
You have to understand, man. There's a lot of people pray for having, big amounts of money or having this here. Man, look, money does some strange things.
look, you come into a real nice sum of money, you got to think, well, sometimes people think, well, I got to look after the people that took care of me.
And
Sometimes you can do that, but sometimes you can't.
sometimes that's one of your biggest downfalls.
Right.
Okay, mom and dad, I can see, but then
Hmm.
let me tell you something. That depends on mom and dad too,
Right.
in the way that they carry themselves. And I mean, I'll never forget the boy for the Cowboys that had to file a restraining order against his family
Hmm.
because of money things that what he didn't, wouldn't do.
Right.
But you can always try to do for mom, and dad, and do some things, man. But you can't support everyone, because my thing is this, and my wife and I experienced this. If you become the breadwinner or the lifeline for all of your family, immediate family, cousins, and them, and and you providing them with things, what you will create is that you're going to create a monster. But I ask you this here: if you're doing that right now, I want you to stop and think that, what if something happens to you and you need help?
Hmm.
Who can you call? Who can you pick up that phone and call? And the thing a lot of time is that there's no one that you can call when you need help, if you need help,
Right.
because you was a lifeline to helping all of them.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
if you find yourself with that, then that means you have to pull back and make sure that you put something aside for yourself. You
Yeah.
have been invested in something to do something, man, because trying to help people start businesses, giving money here. You got a little money. You People that have little money know you're gonna hear all kind of stories. We got that one uncle that comes to you every other month about a new idea.
Right.
Or if he just had this here, man, he could get him a new car because his car that he's had for a year, it's not acting right.
Hmm.
And you start helping these people, and you do it with a good heart, thinking that if I could just get them started, they can make it. But then sometimes a little bit is not enough, man. You got people that just want. It's like that friend that calls you and say, "Hey, J Mac, bro, man, we boys, bro. I know you selling this here, bro. You got your business, but won't you give me a hookup?"
Hmm.
You know, uh, you know, and people, we gotta be mindful of that, man. If you out there and you that breadwinner and you doing that, stop and think about it. Who can you call?
Right.
And a lot of times there's no one to help you because you were the one that was keeping them afloat.
Else.
So you have to, I look at my dollars. I look at my dollars now as an employee.
Hmm.
Every dollar I have, if I'm in, that's an employee of mine. So I have to see what I can do to put my employees to work to
Hmm.
generate money for me. So
You know what? The now just on this, I think we should actually do a show on this for y'all listening or in the chat. When LJ talks business, all of us in DST listen because he has businesses. He's grown up on businesses. And the one thing I always took away when LJ talked about business, I remember him saying way back, let's say you come in a large sum of money and there's people you want to help, or you got family members that, oh, is he going to give me money? Let's just say that in that scenario. LJ told me off rip, and I don't know if LJ remember this. He said, if you come in a large sum of money like that, if you're going to help your family, give your family $15,000. Let's say you got 5 family members, give them each $15,000. You give them more than $15,000. Guess who's paying those taxes?
yeah,
And
$1 million
LJ,
is not $1 million when you're giving $1 million. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm,
$1 million is going to cost me more than $1 million to give you.
yep,
But my thing is that you know, if you have that kind of money to give, if you got $1 million and you want to give them, why don't you give half of it to them
mm-hmm,
and take the other million on their behalf and invest it in something, put it in something that's going to be drawing some interest. Set up a trust or something.
mm-hmm,
I would rather do that for a family member that I think is a lot more for a family member than to just give them a whole lump sum of money.
right,
Because the first thing that if you do come into money, or when you come into money, you have to learn how to use that money.
mm-hmm,
And people don't look at that. Like I said, I look at my dollars now. I look at my dollars as workers. What can I do? To generate more money.
Because you hear about it all the time on different shows and stuff. Especially, I'll just use football players. 'Cause I've heard them say it all the time. Yeah, we make a decent amount of money, but when it comes around to paying Uncle Sam that next year, you better have that $1 million check ready.
Why is it wrong to be putting all your money into banks?
Mm-hmm.
Why is a credit union, better than banks, and everything? You putting your money into a bank, and actually the bank is doing with your money what you should be doing.
Yep.
There should be a percentage of your money that you should be doing what the banks are doing. The banks take your money and you say, I'm gonna put it in the savings. You said over there, and they don't give you 1% back on it.
Right.
But they're taking all your money and things and making loans and investments and giving out loans and stuff and making money off of your money and
Mm-hmm.
giving you less than 1% back.
Right. But I think we're gonna have to sit back and do a show with LJ talking business because he's better than EF Hutton, I tell you.
I love it, man. I just finished talking to my financial advisor called me just yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
He called me yesterday, and I was talking to him because Real and I was having a conversation about having stocks and stocks splitting,
Mm-hmm.
and exactly what does that mean and what's going on. So we talk about some things like that.
Right. And even Bill chimed in about it. It's like when LJ says, "Look, if you can get you some stocks and afford it, get what you can." And then you have Dell on the other hand says, "Look, you walking around here buying all this expensive stuff or stuff that you think you want. Go out there and get you an insurance policy. If you can spend all this money out there, you can spend $15 a month on an insurance policy to help yourself in the future."
Man, a lot of people don't know what a few dollars a month can do, especially
Yeah.
if you're young. You
Yeah.
know, especially if you're young. Or we spend more time. Look, and I'm gonna say this here, and this is the God's honest truth. We spend more time in pushing religion and teaching our kids about religion and things than we do in teaching them about money and finance.
Mhm.
We need to start putting when our kids are coming up. We need to start learning more ourselves so we can teach our kids more about finance.
Right.
You know, than what we do about. We need to put the same effort behind teaching our kids finances, at the same effort as we put behind them teaching them basketball and
Hmm.
football, and singing and things, and doing different things like that. You know, but education, you know, and education and finances is a very important thing
Right.
because there's just so many of us is that when we get a dollar that we don't know what to do with it.
Hmm.
We have no idea. There's so many that lives for that once a year when that income tax check comes,
And that cracks me up.
and then a few months later you completely broke.
Right. Right.
Buying new this, buying that, and everything. My words to that is that look, new broom sweep clean.
Yep.
The work comes when that broom wears down.
Hmm. And when you talk about finances, don't forget that part about credit.
Yeah,
You,
yeah,
you got a chance if your credit is not where you want to be, there are different ways that you can help clean up your credit. I'm not talking about running out there to these people to talk about, oh, we'll have your credit clean in 90 days when you're paying all this money out, or it'll be this way, it'll clean in the next year. No, there's other ways besides listening to those type of people taking your money to help you clean up your credit.
we don't understand, and I say we because I've been in that position before. Before I really got down and started studying. I like to study finance the way we sit down and study streaming.
Right.
Okay, um, that don't think that credit is all that important. Let me tell you something. Rich people don't use their money.
Mhm.
Rich people don't use their money.
They use OPM.
You know what I'm saying? They don't use their money. That was one of the first things I was taught. And the guy, that was sitting down, the guy, and he told me that, and I had to look at him. I didn't understand that. He said, "Hey, man, everybody don't pay cash for things like that, and just, saving up the money just so you can buy this and stuff.
Right.
I used to look at him. He said, but you do everything, you do everything in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
But rich people, I can tell you, rich people don't use their money.
Mm-hmm.
You think rich people are sitting down right now when the pandemic hit? You know what people with money was doing? They was buying up real estate.
Yep.
I just seen a house listed just the other day that was what last year
Mm-hmm.
was 6.2 million. Right now they're asking 11.9 million for it
Mm.
because of with the lumber and the pandemic and all that stuff was going on. But a lot
Right.
of people were buying up, people with money were buying up homes. They was
Mm-hmm.
buying up rental properties because they knew there was going to be a lot of landlords after this stuff when it all broke down was going to be trying to get out of the business, was going to be trying to sell their stuff, sell their rental property.
Right. Right.
They bought them up and rehabbed them, and they're going to make the money. That's why you're going to see rent jumping up so high.
Yep.
So right now you're paying attention. If you're into real estate, you're paying attention right now to what's the interest rate.
Mm-hmm.
The Fed's gonna freeze it. What's gonna happen and things. That's why I say rich people don't use their money.
Right. Right. And like you can take something like credit, something very simple that some people or may not know. Let's say you have a credit card.
Hmm.
Like sometimes their credit union or say you want to at least have at least 3 to 5 trade lines of credit. And let's say you take a credit card that you just opened. Let's say you have $600 on it. Instead of going out there and just using that credit card, do something simple.
Six
Take
hundred dollars gonna cost you a lot though. Now, real hit me up and asked, did we see her? Did we see her comment on YouTube? No, real. I'm telling
no,
you.
bro, we didn't see it.
The last comment that I see is Biggs when we were talking earlier about vertigo, when he said when he closed his eyes it gets worse, and I said yeah, that's true.
Right. I'm not afraid. I'm looking on both sides of the stream.
In fact, I'm going to put this and say I'm going to put no in there, and I don't know if you can see no, but she must have made a comment. She said something, but she said we couldn't see it.
Oh, okay.
So no, we can't see it. But I'm
Matt,
going to be getting off here in a second. Real, the wife J Mac. She just gave me and I just realized that
so, okay.
it's time to dinner.
All right.
J Mac is about to get me killed, guys.
All right. Well, you know what? Do want to thank everybody who did come in, and I apologize. I'm not sure why we're not seeing everybody comment, and I think it probably also goes back to like when Bo said he made a comment and we didn't see him.
Yeah.
So last comment I see here is where LJ typed in no.
No, that's all I've seen. I haven't seen anything since then.
Right. I think it has something to do on the Streamlabs side, because usually it doesn't happen if we just come straight through StreamYard instead of Streamlabs, which I was using both of them.
It's just funny how this always happens. I'm going to say this and go, but it's just funny how this always happens with J Mac when it do it. Only J Mac. I'm gonna say that. Look, to everyone, much love. Hey, brother. Anytime when you get the thing up with the games again, and I'm gonna hook up the capture card if you want to do some golf or anything with that. Let's do that.
All right.
But I'm gonna get off of here, bro. I'll talk to you guys and everyone later. Much love.
So thank y'all for coming in. We'll holler at you later, and I'll be back soon. We out.